Good evening, good morning, good night, whatever it is for you. For me, it is around 11:24, before noon. I want to do a set. I listened to the set that I did yesterday. I loved it. I really do enjoy it, and I hope you do too. But, just like I just did there, I often make these noises in between my talking, where I just go, Not necessary. Just not necessary. I might need to do laundry. At some point, I'm going to pause the recording. I'll inform you whenever I'm pausing it. And, yeah, because I there's 1,000 reasons why. I'll tell you. But the big one is that when it comes to editing and stuff, I want you guys to know that I'm doing the editing. Especially when I'm not even... When it's just an audio thing like this. When it's just a radio show. I mean, yeah. So, this show is called a couple of things. I call it the Everything I've Got to Tell You set. Everything I've got to tell you as a phrase is technically... it's a reference to a couple of things. One of the things that I'm thinking about, and the most clear one, is Phil Oakes' first album. Phil Oakes' first album, and this is my first set. This is the first concert I ever wrote, right? So in the same way, that's first. The Phil Oakes made an album called All the News That's Fit to Sing, which itself is a reference to the New York Times. The New York Times' slogan is everything, all the news that's fit to print. So he referenced that then. And his that album's really good. There's a lot of good tracks on it. I highly suggest you listen to it. There's an Edgar Allan Poe poem that he turns into a song, which is cool. There's a song about a nuclear submarine that imploded off the coast of the United States. The United States has lost 2 nuclear submarines in its history. And the first was this one called the Thresher. And the second was one called the USS Scorpion. Off the coast of Vietnam, a nuclear submarine imploded. He also has a song about that. Phil Oakes' later music, though, is... I really love A Person with a Guitar, and his later music isn't just a person with a guitar. It becomes a lot more complicated. And it's quite sad to me, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, but anyway, a lot of great tracks. Lou Marsh is another. Knock on the Door. Knock on the Door is a very good classic. I'll probably end up just running through the album eventually. So, yeah. But if you're listening to this before I've done that, go find it, you know? And if you don't want to, don't. You want to stay here and listen to me? That's fine. You want to go and do something else? That's fine. Do whatever you want, okay? I said that a lot in the last show. You know, I said words like that a couple of times. I'm gonna try to repeat it last year. I'm gonna try to speak a little more slowly, a little more correctly. I think that might be a bother for some people already. The fact that I can't finish a sentence, and the fact that I keep changing what I'm saying over and over again. You know? I mean, if they can stand the ambiguity, they're gonna have trouble with that. This is a song I love. This is a song that I play it my way, you know. I don't do the original justice, and I want to eventually. These sets I'm going to re-perform later on. As I get better at guitar, you're gonna join me on this one lovely little journey, you know, where we figure out how exactly to do what it is we're trying to do. Yeah. Sorry for touching my phone. Yeah. Let's play you a song. I would love to play you a song. I'd like to sing you a song, and I'd like you to listen close. This is a song by Pink Floyd. This is called Money. Money, you get away. Get a good job with more pay and you're okay. Money, it's a gas. Grab that cash with both hands and make a stash. New car, caviar, 4-star daydream. I think I'll buy me a football team. Money, you get back. I'm alright, Jack. Keep your hands off of my stack. Money, it's a hit. Don't give me that do-goody-good bullshit. I'm in the high fidelity first class traveling section. Think I need a Learjet. Money, it's a crime. Share it fairly, but don't take a slice of my pie. Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, there's no surprise. They're giving none away. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. Money by Pink Floyd. Wow. Incredible song. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about how I fuck it up. Money by Pink Floyd is not written in... I don't think I'm grooving with it quite correctly. It's written in 7/4. And the whole song is in 7/4, which makes it super janky. So, like, that's the... If you count that out, go back and count that out. I'll do it again. Right? And try to clap on the beats. If you got to clap really fast because to go with that quicker like swingy bit, you can do that. But it swings, so it's harder to count that way. But if you count it out, you'll find that it's 7 beats per measure, or you might get like 14 if you're going faster. 7 beats. 7 beats over just a measure. What the fuck are we doing here? 7/4? We've heard of 4/4. We've heard of 3/4. We listened to a 3/4 song yesterday. We listened to a lovely little song by Bob Dylan that I changed my strumming pattern to it. I have this old pattern. I have the new pattern. Sorry about that. If you noticed that, good on you for noticing. That's 4. Let's make it 3. It's fun. That's in 3/4. It's supposed to be in 3/4. I probably sang it in 4/4 because I'm used to 4/4. Everyone's used to 4/4. You know, I mean, that's all Western people are, at least. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's a great song. So 7/4. By the way, Pink Floyd. We got to talk about also their jazz influence. Let's talk about that. I mean, I just love talking about these songs here, and that's what I'm gonna focus on here. You're supposed to find deeper truths, and I'll explain the themes of the song in just a moment here, but it's great. 7/4 the entire time, groovy. They love the saxophone. Oh my gosh. Listen to Wish You Were Here, and listen to the album, and listen to those songs, and hear the jazz, man. Hear the groove. Jazz is your musician's favorite genre. You know? If you're not a musician, you don't get it. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it unless you get it. Don't listen to it until you realize that Charlie Parker gets it, man. I'm referencing a book called On the Road by Jack Kerouac. It is obviously a bit for a lot of people, but this is probably one of the older references to the it concept. It being something like authenticity, grooving, people being their real selves, whatnot. It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, but he talks about how a jazz musician in this book, which is the Bible for the beat poets, and the beat poets are the grandfathers of the hippies, even though they were just writers in the 50s. And the hippies were kids from the 60s, so what the hell? But it's kids today. Damn straight. It's me, and I hope it's you. If it's not, that's okay. You'll learn to love eventually. And so, Money, beautiful track about money. The first 2 verses are semi-satirical. Right? Get a good job, more pay and you're okay. Grab that cash with both hands and make a stash. Think I'll buy a football team. It's great. It's just sort of acknowledging it. This is a part of a larger album called Dark Side of the Moon. I'll do the Dark Side of the Moon set someday too, because that's one I actually do. That's, if there's been a set that I performed before, it's been that one. I wrote down all the lyrics, put all the chords down, brought that notebook to camp, you know, played it for people. It's great. Pink Floyd is awesome. Dark Side of the Moon's awesome. Dark Side of the Moon is about absolutely everything. The A side, you have to know the vinyls for this. Sorry, I'm going to reference vinyl shit. I'm going to say A side. A side means the first half. And you can go on Wikipedia and you can figure out what exactly that means. For us, if you're familiar with Dark Side of the Moon, it means Up Until Great Gig in the Sky, which is track 6. I think it's 5 or 6. I always think it's 5 because there's an intro song, and that's not a real fucking song. It is a real song. It's so important, but you know what I mean. So, actually, my phone was about to turn off, and I didn't know whether I should turn it off or not. I decided to keep it on, but then I was like, no, let's turn it off. It's a great song. The song's in 7/4, it feels really jank, and then you get that guitar solo. And when you get that guitar solo, the guitar solo goes into 8/4, which is 4/4. So it sounds really super groovy, and it grabs you, man. And then the last verse. The last verse is, we're talking about money again. And Roger Waters is just going to tell us straight. What is he going to tell us? Money, it's a crime. Wow. Share it fairly. Don't take a slice of my pie. Wow. It's great. I mean, yeah, it really is. It's the song that made Pink Floyd famous. It's a song that was played on the radio. It's a song that made them a lot of money, and it's a song that turned a couple of quote-unquote socialists into little less than socialist lifestyle. But that's okay. I'm not here to criticize. They've done good work, and I'm ignorant, probably, of it. And they made beautiful art, so they deserve to do whatever they do afterwards. It's great. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Gosh, should have some caffeine. I lost my pick. Oh, I found it. Okay. Cuts Loose tells you the honest truth. The first half, that A side of Dark Side of the Moon, is about all of everything that's here, like, sort of automatically, like, because of existence. And then the B side is about everything that's here because we fucked it up. So, yeah, it's really fantastic. If you don't even have to listen to me on it. If you want to listen to someone that explores this, I'll explore it myself too, and we'll go through the album in a couple of days here, probably on the weekend or something. I don't know. I'll get to it when I get to it. But if you just can't wait, Polyphonic. Polyphonic did a great video. Did a great docu-series on it. Highly suggest checking that out. Going track by track. Highly suggest it. Most of the information I probably got from that. Between that and reading Wikipedia and playing it and thinking about it and feeling it. That's all you need. You don't need, you know how some people say, like, you don't need the Bible. You don't need any, you need the Bible. You don't need anything else. If you sit in the room with, like, a Bible or something, you figure it all out. And you don't even need the Bible. You can sit in the room with Jesus, and Jesus is always in the room. There's no room without Jesus. You know, some people say you just need the object and you can sit in the room. That's definitely true with Dark Side of the Moon. I have my own thoughts. I have my own opinions. You got to make your own, though. This is my radio show. I'm going to be telling you my thoughts. If you don't want to hear my thoughts, fucking listen to something else. If you want to hear my songs, I'll get to it. Next song we're going to do is one of the greatest classics of all time. I'm doing the Bob Dylan version of it because it's the one that came first. No, it's the one I like more. That's why. A house in New Orleans. they call it the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor girl and me. My God, I know that I am one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans, and my sweetheart was a gambler. Oh Lord, down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. Now the only time he can be satisfied is when he's on a drunk. They fill their glasses up to the brim, and they'll place the cards around, and the only pleasure they get out of life is rambling from town to town. Tell my baby sister not to do what I have done, but shun that house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. Got one foot on the platform, the other foot's on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Almost run. I'm going back to end my life down in the rising sun. Of many a poor girl and me. God, don't I know that I am one? Hope you enjoyed that. One of my favorite songs, one of the earliest songs I ever learned. Let me give you a little secret. If you're learning guitar, let's say you're just learning guitar, you can learn this song, you can learn it real easy. Now, I'm going to teach you the version that I used to play when I was a kid. The version that I played as a kid kind of sucks, but you can learn to do it because it's really easy. The version I did as a kid isn't going to sound as good as mine. I'm sorry for that. I always used to do it like this, apparently. I wouldn't even do E major. I do A minor, which you can Google what that is. You'll figure it out. And I would always, that halftime thing that I did at the end, that's actually how I would play it. That's how I used to play it. Just strum the chords once and try singing along with it. Get used to it. I would go A minor, C, D, and then I'd go E minor. Then I'd go C, or I'd go A minor. At the last verse, I'd go A minor, E minor, A minor. Let me tell you the real chords, though, if you're a real guitar person. You want to play a song like I play it? Let me tell you everything I know. You heard all the strumming that I did there. You probably know how I did all of that because you're a person. You probably know it because how I screwed it up, too, you know? A minor. This is how Bob Dylan does it, I think. A minor. C. D. I play D wrong. You've noticed this probably. You probably hate my D chords if you have noticed it. I always play the D chord like I'm playing in drop D. So that means I don't do my third finger on the bottom fret. I never play in drop D though. I know I say that like, oh yeah, like that. No, I am always having the suspended second in there, that E. I just think that's how the D chord sounds because that's always how I play it. Sometimes I'll do it if on a special occasion I'll go like a D major, D minor. I'll play those when I need to, but usually on most songs, if I can get away with it, it's doing other E shit. Yeah, I love doing that D chord. And so, anyway, so it's A minor, C, D, my special D is how I do it. My special D. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. F. I do shitty F. I do F as though it's a C chord, but I've brought down my first two fingers. That's right, I include the E's in the F. And that makes it really pulling then when I play the E major chord in the second year. So anyway, so it goes A minor, C, D sus2, D with a suspended E, F with a suspended E. Maybe it's not suspended. I don't know what words mean. And then A minor, C, E major then. This chord is the most important part of the entire song. E major gives this song so much life. It's incredible. I absolutely love this chord. It's soul pulling. It's so soul pulling. It's really incredible. I hope you like this chord as much as I do. So it's A, C, and then E major, which is the same shape as A minor. So it's like an easy song, you know? You just gotta move. It's hard to move, I know, but play them just once and do it at your own pace, you know? Learn it right if you learn it first time. Maybe do this. Anyway. Then it goes the A minor, C, D, F again. And then it goes A minor, E major, A minor, which is just nice. It's a really basic song. Everyone should learn it. It's so easy to teach that I just did it to you now. Yeah, it's great. All right. Let's do another song. Let's do a really good song. This one I had to do my own way because I play acoustic and, you know, I'm a punk rocker. I'm a punk rocker on the acoustic, you know, and that's a curse. Here's a curse. I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys enjoy this version of this song. This is one of my favorites. This is a song by Kurt Cobain, by Nirvana. This is called Drain You. This is off of an album called Nevermind. One baby to another says, I'm lucky to have met you. I don't care what you think unless it is about me. It is now my duty to completely drain you. I travel through a tube and end up in your infection. Chew your meat for you. Pass it back and forth. In a passionate kiss, from my mouth to yours, I like you. Eyes so dilated, I become your pupil. You taught me everything without a poison apple. The water is so yellow, I'm a healthy student. I'm indebted and so grateful. Vacuum out the fluids. Chew your meat for you. Pass it back and forth. In a passionate kiss. my mount to yours. I like you. One baby to another says I'm lucky to have met you. I don't care what you think unless it is about me. It is now my duty to completely drain you. And I travel through the tube and end up in your infection. To your meat for you. Pass it back and forth in a passionate kiss, from my mouth to yours, sloppy lips to lips. You're my vitamins. I like you. So, that was Drain You. It's a great song. I almost flowed into the next song there. I would really love to do that, but I've left out a lyric from this one occasionally, and I'll be damned if I'm doing that now. This is one of the greatest songs there is. I sang a version of Bob Dylan's House of the Rising Sun, but that version, you might know, I didn't mean to. I realized as I was singing it, I was doing a very Dave Van Ronk version. Dave Van Ronk is a great guitarist. He's fantastic. All right. I was playing this on a rock, and it was my first gig. I got paid to go to something and play music, which was cool, like a year ago, but I didn't sing during it because I was really uncomfortable, so I just softly played music for like a couple hours. And I remember my fingers hurting because I wasn't used to playing for that long. I'm used to playing for like ever now. Oh, that's the timer. I put my oven timer on to tell me when the laundry's done because I can't hear it. I'm going to run and do that. I'll be back. Thank God I didn't flow into the next song. I'm back. Laundry was good. Laundry was fun. We moved it over. Brought it up. I didn't have to fold anything because it was the first load. That's kind of nice. So, yeah. Dave Van Ronk. Dave Van Ronk, first of all, Dave Van Ronk is a folk singer. Like, really a folk singer. Bob Dylan and Phil Oakes are not folk singers compared to Dave Van Ronk. Dave Van Ronk is a folk singer. He's one of the greatest musicians of all time. He is someone who, for how much they impacted me, I know very little about. So the very little I do know has deeply shaped me. First of all, here's a fun fact about him. Dave Van Ronk lived in Greenwich Village. Greenwich Village is a place in New York City. It looks like Greenwich, which Bob Dylan makes a joke about on his first album. So I think Bob Dylan. It's some blues. Maybe it's not a blues. No, it's talking New York blues. Blew up in New York town. I love that he calls everything town. It's so cute. Anyway, Dave Van Ronk was in Greenwich Village with Bob Dylan. And there, they wrote some really incredible things, and they knew some incredible things already. And one of those things, for example, is Dink's song. Dave Van Ronk heard a song from a woman that he called Dink. He didn't know the song otherwise, so he called it Dink's song. And so it gets passed around in Greenwich Village as Dink's song, which is really cool. Yeah, I love to do the same thing with individuals. I figure out what an individual's favorite song is. The one that they think can tell me everything. Absolutely everything. I usually want them to think about it for a little bit. But sometimes they come back to me, and sometimes they tell me a song. And that song I forever think of as that person's song. That's not the people who made it, because this person understands it in deeper depths than the artist that created it did. Right? If that's true, then it has to be this other person's song. Folk singers don't really care about ownership and like property rights and stuff. That's why and we don't care about making money, so we don't care about like sort of what happens with that. Dave Van Ronk, in Greenwich Village, there's a place called the Stonewall Inn. The Stonewall Inn was and is a bar that is a famous cultural center for the LGBT plus community, the gay community, the trans community. They got cross-dressers in here and shit. And it was against New York state law, for people to cross-dress. Whatever. Or maybe it was New York. I think it was New York state law. I don't think it was city. I don't know what the story is. Look up the story of Stonewall Riot. I'll get someone on here to talk about it because they know it better than I do. Dave Van Ronk was a folk singer. He was walking by and he saw this riot happening between the cops and these people, and what else could he do but grab a brick and start hucking at the cops? I mean, yeah, some of you people are going to listen to that and go, no, that's not what you do. Or it is what you do. You know? I mean, everything's right. Everything's just. I love him. Listen to his version of this song. It's going to be a hell of a lot better than mine. Listen to his version of everything. Oh my gosh. House of the Rising Sun, it's like sweet tea. It takes a little bit of time, but once it grows on you, it does, you know? Yeah. Tell old Bill when he comes home this morning. Tell old Bill when he comes home this evening. Tell old Bill when he come home, he better leave them downtown girls alone this morning and this evening. So soon. Bill left here about 8:30 this morning. Bill left here about 8:30 this evening. Bill left here about 8:30. I saw him leave through the old front gate this morning and this evening, oh so soon. His gal was home, she was a baking bread in this morning. His gal was home, she was a baking bread in this evening. His gal was home and she was baking bread when she heard the news that her Bill was dead this morning. An evening so soon. No, 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 that can't be so in this morning. No, 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 that can't be so in this evening. No, 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 well that can't be so. I saw him leave just an hour ago. This morning and this evening so soon. They brought Bill home in a hurry-up wagon this morning. Brought Bill home in a hurry-up wagon this evening. They brought Bill home in a hurry-up wagon. Oh, poor Bill, how his toes were dragging this morning, this evening, oh, so soon. Well, tell Bill when he comes home this morning. Tell old Bill when he comes home in this evening. Tell old Bill when he comes home, he better leave them downtown girls alone this morning and evening so soon. Yeah, that's what folk's all about, man. Oh my gosh. Everyone knows that story. They know it already. I didn't have to tell it to them. Wow. Let's go ahead and do the next one. Next one's a fun one. Thank God. We always gotta do something fun after we do something real sad. Else we stay sad. We can stay sad if we want to, but... yeah. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. Take a moment and just take fresh eyes and look at the things around you. Enjoy that you can see anything at all. Enjoy that you can hear anything at all. Get some water. Pause this. Talk to people around you if you want to. Go pee. I'll be here. Maybe you are peeing. Maybe this is a very surreal moment for you. Maybe you're only spiritually peeing and you say, I'm not peeing. Maybe you are peeing. You don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta paste all the lyrics to my notes app because I can't. There's no ads in my notes app, thank God. If they start ad-walling my notes app, I'm gonna scream, man. I'm gonna break down. That'll be the end of all things. The world will know it, too. They'll hear me. It's like paywalling your notebooks. Oh my God, they did that already. Oh my God, it cost me $1,000 to buy this one. I exist in this society. Don't I get paper for that? No. No notebooks? Maybe I gotta apply for a grant. The state board. Some Minnesota Arts Board. This is what I do. Give me notebooks, please. I just want $100 cash. We'll call it even. Why would I forgot Dylan Chords exists. There's a wonderful website called Dylan Chords, done by this like Norwegian guy. He has a Substack. You can subscribe to it and give him money if you want to. I haven't. It's great. It's a really cool website. My window, leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who's never weak. Alright, well, let's do it correctly. I screwed it up. Let's restart it. Fuck it. This is a great song. This is It Ain't Me, Babe by Bob Dylan. My father thinks... I have to remind him it's by Bob Dylan if we ever talk about it. Because he really likes the Johnny Cash version. You know? You guys have parents that like Johnny Cash? Oh, wow. Okay. It's totally unrelatable. You guys don't get it. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand my experience, man. You don't understand the bass line waking up every Sunday, hearing that bass line thumping in the living room through the walls before you even know what's playing, man. That bass line is always the same. Don, 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 don. Love the oldies. The fact that Johnny Cash is considered older than the oldies. Doesn't that suck? What the fuck? What's my music taste then? I'm practically ancient. Like, I just listen to ancient music. If I listen to 60s music, God forbid I listen to something from Woody Guthrie or Lead Belly or Joe Hill. Fuck me. Go away from my window. Leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who's never weak, but always strong, to protect you and defend you, whether you are right or wrong. Someone to open each and every door, but it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Go lightly from the ledge, babe. Go lightly on the ground. I'm not the one you want, babe. I will only let you down. You say you're looking for someone who will promise never to part, someone to close his eyes for you, someone to close his heart, someone who will die for you and more. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Go melt back in that dark night. Everything inside is made of stone. There's nothing in here moving, and anyway, I'm not alone. You say you're looking for someone who will pick you up each time you fall, to gather flowers constantly, and to come each time you call. A lover for your life and nothing more. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 it ain't. It ain't me, babe. Bobby Dylan, named after the boat, the poet, the bobbit, the poet, named after the poet Dylan Thomas, whose last words, probably apocryphally, but who cares? You don't ask someone at the bar if their story's true or not, so shut the fuck up. Did that really happen? We'll fucking kill you. We'll kill you. We'll crucify you. We'll put you on the storefront fucking window. We'll put your dead body to all other people who ask, did that really go that way? Is that true? It's a fair question. I don't know. I don't know if it's a true story, but I'm here to tell you a story, and it's probably not true. Isn't that what Julian Casablancas says on Ode to the Mets? Anyone listen to The Strokes? That's okay. So, Dylan Thomas. Apocryphal last words. I've had 18 whiskeys straight. Whiskey shots. I believe that's the record. It probably is. And then he died. Guess what he was doing before that? Really paint the picture in your mind. We're going to do another sad one again, but I'm not going to I'm going to not really sing it sad, though. This is going to be great. This is one of the best songs ever. I love this song. This is another Kurt Cobain song. Kurt Cobain's really important because he's ambiguous. I'm ambiguous. Clearly, got that from somewhere. He's the patron saint of ambiguity, actually. You guys don't know what patron saint means. That's okay. Even if you think you do, you might not. So let me tell you anyway. Patron saint means that this is someone's territory. That this is their domain. Right? So St. Lawrence, for instance, was roasted over an open fire. And as he was burning alive, he yelled out, "Hey," as his fat melted off of his body, as his skin burned and charred, the fire began licking his bones underneath. He said, hey, you people who are killing me, don't you know anything about cooking? I'm clearly done on this side. Didn't your mothers ever teach you anything? Laughing as he's burned alive. He's the patron saint of comedy. Whenever we make a joke, we're in St. Lawrence's domain. Larry's domain. We're in St. Larry's domain, okay? Don't think we're in St. Joe's domain. That's not why we called him jokes. Because of St. Joe. St. Joe wasn't a funny guy. St. Joe was very serious. Great video. If you want to learn more about St. Joe, watch a video called, I think it's called like Mary Mother of God by Harmony. Highly suggest it. It tells the story of Mary. It's a great story because it's a story that's like there's an old Christian document Eastern Church has. I think the Catholic Church has it too, but they just kind of don't read it. I don't know how more people. I say things about the story and they like go, "Oh yeah, I've heard that." Like when I talk to Catholics. It's a great video. Check that out. What is Mary? Mary is the queen of all creation. We are in her house, motherfucker. And don't I know it? Isn't that incredible? Alright, let me play you a great song by Kurt Cobain. This is called Something in the Way. Underneath the bridge, tarp has sprung a leak. The animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass. It trickles from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish. They don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. Something in the way. Ooh. Something in the way. Ooh. Something in the way. Yeah. Underneath the bridge, tarp has sprung a leak, and animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass that trickles from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish. They don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Ooh. 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 Something in the way. Fantastic track. Quite lovely. I enjoy it. Big yawn again. I must be tired. How much I'm yawning? Alright. Let's get through the rest of this. That's not the mentality, but you know what I mean. This is a cringy song, but I like playing it, and I hope you like listening to it. It's not cringy. It's cringy only to people who, like, think it's cringy. I don't think it's cringy. Like, maybe it's different from my other 60s songs, let me tell you. So, know that. It's great. This is a song by Suburban. This is Cradles. I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Tape my eyes open to force reality. why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. And I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room, and my world is so bright, it's hard to breathe. That's alright, hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath to feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. Wanna taste consumption, breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud, it's music till the wick burns out. Hush. Wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pocket. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just sit around the nursery and count sheep. Yeah. Dude. That could have been good. That could have been okay. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope the recording's not fucked. Hope you like and subscribe so that way I eventually can buy a microphone using the money that I made from this. I got this trans girl that is like hyper obsessed with audio equipment. And dude, I know the difference between an SM57 and an SM58. And if you get that joke, dude, I hope you're laughing your ass off right now. I hope you're an autistic trans girl like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm always kidding. I always have to say I'm kidding occasionally because there's a lot of people. Some people, one friend of mine makes fun of people that say I'm kidding. They go, "Oh, you're joking. Good. I was worried." Right? Which is funny as fuck. But here's the problem, right? I gotta let people know because some people are slow. And I know the point is like to keep the bit. But if I say I'm kidding, maybe you don't know if I am kidding. Ooh. World's upside down. Inside out. Dude, it's gonna be awesome. Oh. Intermission. Where? I think I do it after. No, let's do it now. I do it either here or after the next song. So we're going to do an intermission. We're going to chill out for a little bit. Just take a second, breathe, drink some water. I leave the space here in the recording because you need it, man. If you don't want it, skip ahead. You're probably busy. You're probably doing shit. Do it. I mean, if I keep talking, you're going to need to pause it. Over and over again. Do what you're distracted from, Talk to someone. Everything I've got to tell you said. It's also called the Abbey Show. It's called the Abbey Show because I call my house the Abbey because I converted it into a monastery like 50 days ago or something. And so yeah, I mean it's really great. I converted to a monastery after being completely turned on to Saint Benedict. I don't know if you've ever read The Rule of Saint Benedict. It is extremely touching. And you have to read every verse until you pull a lesson from it and that you can apply to your daily living until you change something in your life and like you go out and do that and you're like nicer to people or whatever. If you read the first verse of the Rule of St. Benedict, you'll find that the point of the first verse is to go through every verse and to read carefully and to take something out of it so that way you can live with it. You can live according to it. Rule of St. Benedict's funny, too. What's my other thoughts? I think marijuana is like wine. In the Rule of St. Benedict, he talks about how monks drink half a bottle of wine a day. And he wrote it in like 400. He's a saint in both churches, by the way, both the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Western Orthodox Church. The Western Orthodox Church is also called the Catholic or the Roman Catholic Church. That's cool. I recognize the Pope completely. I recognize the power of the Roman papacy. Absolutely. No one can't. Oh my gosh. It's awesome. And the Pope of Rome, Leo, he's awesome. He's incredible. He's continuing Francis's mission, and he's continuing Benedict's mission. And these are all people that, like, if you don't understand how they're aligned, you don't understand Catholicism. I really think that. You gotta love all these popes. Not, like, every pope ever. Like, fuck Gregory the 7th. If you get that, you're a G. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this one's a little more sleepier. It's probably good for me. I should get some water. We are going to be starting on track 8 of Descent. And then we're going to go to 13. So we've already done 7 so far. We got 6 left. One of them's going to be a repeat from yesterday also. Think of which one you want to hear repeated if you listen to yesterday's set. If you didn't, that's fine. I'm going to play it again. Who gives a shit? Fucking cry about it in the comments. Figure out which one you want me to do. I'll tell you when we get to it. It'll be a little surprise then. When we get to it. And then also after the intermission. So we're going to do another Kurt song. It'll be the last Kurt song we do. Then we're going to do my own song. A song that I wrote. If you want to listen to it, I listen to it on my Instagram, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's great. It's called The Life Song. Yeah. Then we're going to have one from yesterday. Then we're going to have a song from a band that I love called Radiohead. They have a very famous syncopated song. If you know the song, I'm proud of you. There's a great Vox video on it. Go ahead and watch that later. VOX, Vox. And Vox made a bunch of videos and then they fired everyone. So now they're all independent. So that's like Johnny Harris, Phil Edwards, God, who else? Those are the two that I like really engage with. Other people in conversation can like just pile names. And it's incredible. There was a lot of really great people that were working at Vox. They made a lot of really great content, and that content's going to be on YouTube forever. It's going to outlive the company. It has already, basically. Yeah, great Vox video. Why does Radiohead screw up 4 simple chords? And why is it I don't screw it up? Because I play it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna syncopate it. I don't know how. I should learn how. You're right. If you're yelling at me, I hear you. We better get rolling. Then we're going to do a great song, a 90s alternative song, and then we're going to end it with a Bob Dylan song. A long Bob Dylan song. I'll probably talk in between each verse. God damn. I hope not. Maybe I'll speak real quick. I'll say this song's about this. This verse is about this when I get to that. This one we're on tired vibes, you know, so we're gonna be a little more, not to make a pun or anything, but we're gonna be a little more heroined about it, you know. This is my acoustic version of this song. I'm not even using power chords. I hate me too. Don't worry. I hope you like the song. This is a song that smells. Courtney posted the original lyrics of this. She claimed it was. I honestly basically believe her. This is Kurt loved ambiguity. And so he didn't care about misunderstanding things because his meaning of whatever he was thinking about, no matter what that was, he loved that. Which is an awesome way to live. It really is. And so someone spray painted on a wall, maybe it was Toby Vale, his girlfriend. Kurt smells like Teen Spirit. Teen Spirit being a women's deodorant. And he loved the thought of it and became obsessed with it. And so much so that he included it in this song. The song title. I hope you enjoy it. I'll probably call it the Everything instead of the Everything I Got to Tell You set. Because everything I got to tell you, because I don't think it's going to fit in a YouTube title. I really love long names, and the radio show is already called The Man I Don't Even Have an Opinion Radio Show, which is in quotation marks, takes up way too much goddamn space, which is perfect for me, because then I need to condense it. I'm probably going to start making it all caps. I'll formalize a style. You'll like it. Smells like Teen Spirit. This is the King of the Teenagers song, and I'm not King of the Teenagers. Kurt is. He absolutely is. Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Worse at what I do best, and for this gift I feel blessed. Our little group has always been, and they always will, until the end. lights out, it's less dangerous. So here we are now, come entertain us. And I feel stupid, it's so contagious. Here we are now, come entertain us. A mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, and my libido. And I forget just why I taste, oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. I found it hard, and it's hard to find the will. Whatever. Never mind. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. So here we are now, come entertain us. I feel stupid, so contagious. Here we are now, come entertain us. Here I am to entertain you. I hope you enjoyed that. I played this set on April 22nd at from 1 to 3 in the Darlin Administrative Building. This is that day there was a protest. I did a protest a year ago, and we and a couple of friends occupied Darlin Administration Building of UMD, my campus, University of Minnesota Duluth. I am a student here. Yeah. Please don't kill me. I'm not John Lennon. I don't have nearly enough of an impact. Catcher in the Rye is a great book, and I'm happy to talk with you about anything. Just don't come to my house and kill me. Please, dear internet. Don't dox me. Don't dox me. Leave my people alone. You know what I mean? You get it. No one here knows harm. I'm only among friends. If you think you're not a friend and you're an enemy, I'm going to make you a friend. I hope your heart softens. I really do. And I hope you join the club. You know, we're everything here. We're Jews and we're anti-Semites. How can that be the case? You've never heard of a self-hating Jew? Never heard of this thought? You never heard... This is why I can't stand Nick Fuentes. Let me make a joke here real quick. Nick Fuentes, if you like Nick Fuentes, here's what I have to say to you. Nick Fuentes is the biggest Jew of all. How dare I, right? How could I say this? Do I think he's a Fed? He's not a Fed. I don't think he's a Fed. That's not what I mean. He's the greatest Jew of all because he does one thing. Claim to know right from wrong. You know? I don't know right from wrong. Gosh, I'm saying this is wrong. I'm saying it like this. Here's what I want you to know, though. Here's why Nick Fuentes is the biggest Jew. He's hating Jews. That's the most Jewish shit you can do. That's like what the entire Bible is. The entire Bible is about people hating Jews. I don't know if you've read the Jewish Bible. It's called the Old Testament. And in it, they have these people they call prophets. And the prophets just hate the Jews. And that's their point. You know, it's not Christian to hate the Jews. We don't have to hate the Jews any longer because Jesus told us that hate is not fun. And if we hate people, we become hated. And people hate Nick Fuentes. He doesn't understand why he can't do shit at the bank. Really? You don't get it? You preach this message? You preach the gospel, you claim? And when you preach the gospel, wow, you just get crucified, man. what? Stop saying the N-word. Stop saying black people are ruining the country. And stop saying Jews are controlling the world. I control the world. You control the world. We control the world. Fuck everyone else. There is no one else. Besides me and you and us. There is no them. Everyone is them. I am them, and you are them. You gotta love all people, and you gotta actually do that. You can't say that after you hate people. And I do that, obviously. I'm not trying to call a hypocrite. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Fuentes. You know? And Fuentes, his fans, I mean, they'll come for you too. I'm not just saying this because he's a dangerous individual to make fun of online. Right? That's not why I'm putting this out there. I'm putting this out there because I love him and I love his fans. But I think he needs his heart softened. I think he suffers. You know, and he doesn't show that on his shows. Sometimes he does, and he lets it show. And when he's vulnerable like that, I mean, that's really powerful. It's really moving. That's when he's most populist. When he says, "Do you know what they did to me, man? They came for me." That moves me. It absolutely does. And his words are moving. I just don't think the white nationalism is necessary. You know, I mean, I don't think America is for white people. And I don't identify. He's a white identitarian. I don't identify with my whiteness because Jesus Christ didn't identify with his whiteness. He was completely white, and he was completely black, and he was completely Arab, you know, and he was completely Latino. Jesus Christ is everything. He's the structure that gives everything the ability to come about. If it is a thing, it exists because of him. And it's not our authority to say, isn't it? We don't have the ability to say what is and isn't him. God bless Nick Fuentes. God bless his fans, because he's going in the right direction. He absolutely is. Every time, though, he says, but we can't do this. Like, that's the real message of Charlie Kirk. Let's talk to the Charlie Kirk people, because you guys are probably around here more than Fuentes people are. I don't know how internet people are. Maybe my friend group. God, my friend group is a lot more Fuentes than Charlie Kirk. I'm more Fuentes than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was at his best whenever he was actually preaching the gospel and actually loving people. And his debates were best when they weren't debates, when they were conversations. Christians don't debate. I don't have anything to preach to you. I have a life to live. And that life is one that is in Christ. If I'm doing it right. And you can have this too. And you can not suffer anymore if you want to. If you don't want to have pain anymore, you don't want to feel bad anymore, do this. Follow Jesus' way. Read the Sermon on the Mount. Matthew's chapters 5-7. Read it really close and read every line and understand how it applies to your life. That's everything I've got to tell you. You know, and I'm not trying to make you religious. You don't have to believe in God to do this. You have to believe in what God is. If there is God, God is happiness. If there is God, God is good. God is nature. God is not evil if there is God. The nothingness doesn't hate you. Nothing hates you. You know what I mean? Those kids that were protesting, I love them. They did really... They have the same problem that Fuentes does. They really do. If they have a problem, it's the same one. And that one is overpassion and unwillingness to have a conversation. It's good to have a conversation. Fuentes' friends was lefties, and there's lefty gripers. You know? We should acknowledge this. They are a part of the community. Nick Fuentes is a leftist. If you don't understand how he's a leftist, you're an idiot. He's a populist, man. That's what he is. No, he's not. He's a leftist. He's a communist. He's trying to create a communist society for white people. That's National Social. That's what Hitler was trying to do. That's National Socialism.
We get all the white people, we get all the German people in one place, national, and then we'll do socialism. Unfortunately, getting all the white people in one place caused the war, and that's where he got caught up. And he decided to do the war instead of just helping people. A rising tide lifts all boats, and this is a great conspiracy? Fuck you. A rising tide lifts all boats, and America's a melting pot because we are America, and we decide what it is. And I see nothing I disapprove of. That goes for the socialists, too. The socialists say these fascists don't belong here. They're not Americans. The fuck they aren't. America was made on fascism. The fascism of America says that anyone can be American, though. This fascist in charge doesn't understand that. It makes him a real fascist, which is not what America is. Makes him a fake fascist. Really. Because he doesn't actually care about the country. Hasn't he expressed that? Hasn't he shown that in 3,000 different ways? Can't you see it? Maybe you already do see it. Arab truck drivers. You know, those are Americans. People that don't live in America are Americans. Get it? You know, like everyone's an American. Already. We own the world, motherfucker. That's enough about America. Let's talk about life. This is my song I wrote. It's the only original thing that I've ever created, and it's called The Life Song. See the road, choose a way, don't worry about what they say. There's more than light in the day. It's a shame that we can't stay. Go outside, see the sun. It's okay to have some fun. Know that you'll find someone. Just be sure when you are done. Get a job, buy a car. It's okay if you move far. Just be with us when you are. We just want to know how you are. Find a girl, settle down, run her errands all over town. Watch the kids run around. Oh, they're laughing, how I love the sound. Treat her well, love her right. Don't say much when you two fight. There's more to see when you have sight. Hold each other in the morning light. Build a house, plant a tree. They grow big, just wait and see. It's so hard to let them be. They need the space to be free. church, drink the wine, you'll find Jesus in due time. No, your kids will end up fine. And I forget that the choice isn't mine. Mend the bridge, tear it up, pack the box, fold it up. Your time here has run away. And it's time to go on your way. Road, choose a way, don't worry about what they say. There's more than light in the day. It's a shame that we can't stay. I wrote a perfect song. Fuck you. It's gorgeous. It's incredible. It has the entire meaning to all of living in it. And if you can't figure that out, you're an idiot. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I love my song. I really do. It means a lot to me. It just does. It's my song, completely original. I wrote it like that. I woke up crying one night 50 days ago. I witnessed Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ said, Maverick, listen, I need you to write down something. I need to tell you something. And I go, okay, what do you need me to write down? And I'm crying because Jesus Christ is here in front of me. And he goes, Maverick, listen. You got to see the road. You got to choose a way. And you got to not worry about what they say. And you got to remember that there's more than light in the day. And you got to understand that it's a shame that we can't stay. Excuse me. You only live once. What does that mean? YOLO! What's that mean? Hope you enjoy my song. This is everything. This is the everything set. Everything I've got to tell you. Oh, so good. Let's go. Do the next song. Doing a song from yesterday again. I'm gonna do this one nicer. I'm gonna do it quieter. I always yell when I want people to hear me. But really, if I talk quieter, maybe they'll tune in a little closer. You know, maybe it'll be harder for them to tune me out so often. People get tuned out a lot. You get tuned out a lot, don't you? You talk, people don't hear it. If they do hear it, they don't hear it. You know? Isn't that painful? Isn't it lonely? It can be lonely sometimes. This is the ukulele song. I'm just kidding. If you now know what song it is, because I said that, dude, I'm so proud of you. You're a fan. You're a true fan. I made that joke yesterday on a certain song. If you remember the joke and you know that and you're like, I knew that, good on you. I'm gonna play the song. Maybe some of you just got it. That's so cool. People are always figuring out everything all the time. This is about a woman who died. It's about a man who's in hell. and it's about a country. That's also in hell. William Zanzinger killed poor Hattie Carroll with a cane that he twirled around his diamond ring finger at a Baltimore hotel society gathering, and the cops there called in, and his weapon took from him, and they drove him in custody down to the station, and they booked William Zanzinger for first-degree murder. Ah, but you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face, for now's not the time for your tears. Hattie Carroll was a maid in the kitchen. She was 51 years old, and she gave birth to 10 children who carried the dishes, and they took out the garbage, and she never sat once at the head of the table. They just cleaned up all the food from the table and emptied the ashtray on a whole other level. Got killed by a blow, lay slain by a cane that came through the air, sailed down through the room, and doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle. She's never done nothing to William Zanzinger. Ah, but you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face, for now is not the time for your tears. William Zanzinger, who at 24 years owns a tobacco farm of 600 acres, with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations. In the politics of Maryland, they react to his deed with a shrug of their shoulders and swear words and sneering, and his tongue it was snarling. In a matter of minutes, on bail was out walking. Ah, but you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face, for now is not the time for your tears. In the courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel to show that all is equal and that the courts are all level. The strings in the books are not pulled and persuaded. Even the nobles get properly handled once the cops have chased after and caught him. The ladder of law has no top and no bottom. Stared at a person who killed for no reason. He just happened to be feeling that way without a warning. And he spoke through his cloak, most deep and distinguished, and handed out strongly for penalty and repentance. William Zanzinger, with a 6-month sentence. You who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Bury the rag deep in your face, for now is the time for your tears. Wow. Hope you enjoyed that. I think I enjoyed it. I think I will enjoy it later. I listen to these. Narcissists, you know? Like, he would stare at his own face in the water because he was so beautiful. Well, could anyone deny that he was beautiful? I think, actually, in, like, this story, he's, like, super gorgeous. He just can't keep looking at only himself forever. He has to recognize his beauty, in a way, in all things. He just finally has to see others' beauty. Next one's sad. Sorry. I really love it though. I'm gonna I'll do it a little more punky. This is Videotape by Radiohead. Videotape's fantastic for a couple of reasons. It's fantastic for 1,000 reasons. It's really good. Radiohead's good for 1,000 reasons. Usually it's syncopated, which means you can go watch the Vox video for the full story, but here's the short story. Tom York had to play some chords on piano, and when he plays the chords on piano, he has to play them in between the beats, which is really hard because you got to play them on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So, like, it's just off. It's just weird. And then, like, the drums, there's weird rhythm things that go on throughout the song, and singing's, like, with it, too. It's awesome. It's great. I'm going to show you sort of more Bonnaroo-like one. When I'm at the pearly gates. Also, yeah, I'll learn how to sing better and play better and record better as this goes. I'm doing this on my phone right now, and it would be really incredible to just use the money that comes in from this on this. So this is like just autonomous. And if it has extra that can go to other things, then eventually that would be incredible. That's how we should approach everything. We should want everything to be autonomous. There's people that don't want their kids to be autonomous. What? Why do you want slaves for kids? You don't want slaves for kids. Why do you want fathers for sons and sons for fathers? You know? I want sons for sons and fathers for fathers, but that also means sons for fathers and fathers for sons. The best father is like the best son, and the best son is like the best father. You know? Alright, let's just sing the song. Sorry. When I'm at freezes just beneath, and he's reaching up to grab me. And this is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, green. Red, blue, green. In red, in blue, and in green. And you are my center when I spin away out of control. On videotape. On videotape. On videotape. Videotape. This is my way of saying goodbye. 'Cause I can't do it face to face. I'm talking to you before. No matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid, because today I know has been the most perfect day that I have ever seen. If I'm dead at any point and you're sad about me being dead, just like play this fucking over and over again until you're not sad again. And if you're happy about it, you know, I mean, that's great. If you're happy about it and you want to come here and enjoy this, great. But if you get sad from it, you know, I mean, don't be afraid to feel that. But really let that happiness overcome it, you know? Never be overcome with hate. If you're overcome with hate, I mean, that's how you get depression, that's how you get anxiety, that's how you get suicide, and those are horrible things. If there's anything we have to do is stop those things. I think everyone can agree about that. I mean, I'm saying this. Jesus probably doesn't. Jesus did the suicide by cop thing. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Jesus believes in martyrs. But what's it mean to be a martyr? It doesn't mean to kill yourself. If you think it means to kill yourself or to die, you're dumb. I'm sorry. I have to inform you. It's okay. Martyr means witness. Martyr means someone that's seen the face of Christ. And everyone who is dead flows with the natural way of things. So, of course, they see the face of Christ. Because they are completely one with Christ. Dead bodies are awesome. I say this as someone that's seen a dead body and has horrible trauma associated with it. I hope you understand that I'm not trying to say something that hurts you, you know? I love you. That's the big message. called Sex and Candy by Underground. Something Underground, isn't it? Let me... Marcy Playground. Jesus Christ. I was thinking about Nico and the Underground too much. Marcy Playground. I don't know anything else about them but this song. So that's how... Sorry for being ignorant. Tell me how I'm ignorant in the comments. Some people are like, my comment sections, please just try to like me, guys. Dude, hate me in the comments, because get it out there. Don't come to my house. Please. I'll fight with you in the comments. You know, it'll be great. We'll have a good time. We'll be a fight club. We'll brawl it out. Trolls are welcome. Guys, if a troll trolls you, or you think a troll is trolling you, do not engage, or they win. You get it? They're trying to piss you off, and if you get angry, dude, they're a test from God. Just chill out, man. Hey, trolls, stop trolling, please, forever. Stop trying to make people angry. You're gonna die. You are dead. Hate me in the comments, though. Like, that's fair. Please. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had so much time to sit and think about myself, and there she was, like double cherry pie, yeah, there she was, like disco superfly. Here it comes, ready? I smell sex and candy here. I gotta sit up so I can look at the guitar. I'm not used to picking. I'm so sorry. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream to me. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine, and I was thinking about myself, and there she was, in double platform suede, yeah, there she was, like disco lemonade. I smell sex and candy here. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mom, this surely is a dream to me. I smell sex and candy here. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? I smell sex and candy here. Who's that casting devious stares? I smell sex and candy here. And who's that lounging in my chair? Did you like that? Hope you did. Sex and candy. I smell sex. It's really good. It's cute. Yeah, I really like this song for a lot of my mom is like a real, like, you know, 90s alternative person, you know? And so like personality wise and like enjoying that sort of thing wise. And so she loves this song. And it's one of the few picking songs. It's the only picking song I know. It's the only song that I know where I do a little picking thing like that. I mean, there's a couple of others like that I can do. What else? Let me see if I can name some. There's a David Bowie song that Kurt Cobain, Man Who Sold the World. Dude, this is such a great song. What's another little one I can do? I can do Pixies. I'm working on for a different set. For a different set I'm working on Where's My Mind? Oh, that's so good. And then I already know All I Think About Now. And All I Think About Now is cute. It's a really good song. I enjoy it. Maybe I'll do that one for you. Maybe I'll do that one extra at the end. Maybe not. Maybe you'll have to wait till the weekend to hear that. Probably. I haven't played it in a while. I want to play you Last Song. Last Song's a long song. Last Song is a song that I did in in America, in Minnesota, in my hometown, which is my hometown's about an hour north of the Twin Cities. When I say the cities, I'm usually referring to the Twin Cities. Else I'm referring to everywhere urban. I mean, yeah, I was in a thing called speech. We did discussion, which means I argued with kids, and I would get scored points based on how much I was including everyone or how well I would listen to people and so on. Really incredible. Speech is fun. Highly suggested if you're in high school or in middle school. I went because women. I love girls, which isn't... that's why I joined in 6th grade. But I gave this Jimmy Carter speech, and I got to hang out with wonderful people, and it changed my life for the better. I gave a Jimmy Carter speech about the energy crisis in 6th grade. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me? I was like, people gotta know this speech, man. Jimmy Carter's energy crisis. Google it. Go listen to Jimmy Carter's energy crisis speech right now. Find it on YouTube. I never even listened to him give it. I just loved the words, man. And it's a great speech. I care about that. Okay. This song, I was in 2 categories in speech. I was in discussion and I was double entered. I was in poetry. In poetry, you know what you get to do? You get to say poems. This is the poem I said for the entire time I did poetry. The poem is called Desolation Row. It's by Bob Dylan. I hope you enjoy it. Let's grab the capo. Capo 2. 3 chords. Oh my gosh. I'm going to play 3 chords for this long. Yeah. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. That's Flower Lady. I gotta do Flower Lady in a set too, along with everything else. Along with All I Think About Now. I'll check the back of my notebook, see if there's any classic songs I know classic Mav songs I know that I haven't done. Okay, so this song is 10 verses. It's going to tell you the themes of all the other songs and what you're supposed to... you're supposed to listen to this whole thing again. I'm so sorry to say that. You don't need to. Dear God, don't if you don't want to. But if you do, go ahead, because it's music, you listen to songs multiple times. I think he does that on the recording. I'm thinking of, obviously, the Flower Lady with that. But Desolation Row has 10 verses. They're all very poetic. The end of each verse, I'm going to just talk about it real quick. Give you some of the key ideas associated with it. And I want you to go back, and you should be able to go through every other song and figure out how every line like relates, like poetically. And it'll give you a lot of food for thought. You can choose to do any one. The ones that's most favorite, the ones that's most personal. Better yet, don't do what I said, do what you found when you heard it. Okay? In Desolation Row. I'm going to let you on a little secret. Desolation Row, we sort of sit with all this imagery. We're not supposed to make opinions. We're supposed to let it all pour in. We're supposed to hold it all in our mind all at once, and then at the very end of the song, he's going to compare it to a place called Desolation Row. And when he compares it to this place, we're going to understand what our perspective is supposed to be, because we now are given the narrator's perspective. So we start with this like sort of perspectiveless thing, and then we hear the Desolation Row thing, which is the repeated bit, and we realize, oh, this is their opinion. Okay? I'm going to shamelessly be of the opinion of Desolation Row. Okay? Because I'm going to present it to you. But you can also hate Desolation Row and get all of the same meanings from the same verses in your own way. So this is very free to interpret. Okay? I'm interpreting it one way. This way is something that I've got to tell you. In fact, this song itself contains everything I've got to tell you. In one word, everything I've got to tell you is one thing. Love. Love with an exclamation point. Go out and love people. Whatever you think that means, do it. Okay? Whatever you think it should. Love living. Love everything. Love absolutely everything. Love others. Love God. What does it mean to love God? Love nature. Love truth. Love reality. Love fate. Love the way of things. I mean, all this. Truly, I tell you. If you do that, you'll be happy forever, and you'll learn how to avoid suffering like Buddha did. Yeah. They're selling postcards of the hanging. Well, they're painting the passports brown. The beauty parlor is filled with sailors. The circus is in town. Here comes the blind commissioner. They got him in a trance. One hand is tied to the tightrope walker, the other's in his pants. And the riot squad, they're restless. They need somewhere to go. As Lady and I look out tonight from Desolation Row. Alright, let's talk about this real quick. We're going to try to keep this moving. I got stuff to do, you know? Desolation Row. So Lady and I look out from Desolation Row. They're watching something happening. What is they watching happening? There's a mob of people, and they're taking authority. Okay, that's what it means to paint the passports brown. Brown passports are held by government officials. Blue passports are held by normal people. In America, right? They're painting the passports brown. They're saying they're the authority. The blind commissioner is being led around, right? Democracy is in full swing. This is what happens. This is what democracy is. Right? The riot squad's restless. The real authority and the people that claim to have authority, the people have to rival these people's authority. They need somewhere to go. This Lady and I look out tonight from Desolation Row. Wow. An incredibly tense scene. They're selling postcards of the hanging. That's about Duluth. There was a riot in Duluth, and people literally took photos of the bodies and sent, hey, greetings from Duluth. We have a memorial dedicated to it downtown, but it's not, I mean, it's And the memorial's fantastic, but it's oh my gosh. 3 men died traveling carnival. God. All right. That's how we kick this thing off. What's the point then? Lady and I are looking out for Desolation Row. There's no authority in Desolation Row. It's anarchy. It's just Lady and I. Who's Lady? Lady is the church, which is all of reality, all of creation. Lady is... Why do I say that? Because Lady is usually Mary, and Mary's usually the church. Right? If you guys know imagery around Mary, Saint Mary, the Mother of God, Theotokos, God-bearer, right? That's it, right? Anyway, let's keep going. Second verse, Cinderella, right? Cinderella, she seems so easy. Well, it takes one and no one, she smiles. And she puts her hands in her back pockets, Betty Davis style. In comes Romeo, he's moaning. You belong to me, I believe. And someone says you're in the wrong place, my friend. You'd better leave. Now the only sound that's left after the ambulances go is Cinderella sweeping up on Desolation Row. Wonderful verse. Romeo. Right? In comes Romeo, he's moaning, you belong to me, I believe. And someone says, you're in the wrong place, my friend, you'd better leave. Love doesn't function like possession. And if it does function like possession, it does ironically. If I own a woman, I have to hold that woman in all the world. And I have to hold all the world so that woman has all the freedom to do everything she ever wanted to. Because if she is not unlimited in her potential, she's never going to grow into what she's supposed to be. You gotta love people unconditionally. That's a horrible thing. It's a tough thing. Yeah. But really, I mean, you gotta stop fighting. Whenever people start fighting, just shut up. Just be quiet. Just be quieter. You know? But I love that line. Romeo is a very jealous character, and we gotta kill that jealousy. And that's not where real true love lives. I don't care if you're polyamorous or monogamous or whatever. Real true love is unconditional. And if you can only have that with one individual, fantastic, you're a great person. Do what you're gonna do. You're doing what Paul told you to do in 1 Corinthians. I'm proud of you. Good. If you gotta love everyone, maybe don't love everyone by making love to everyone, but if that's going to hurt a lot of people, because usually it does, right? You're allowed to do anything, but sometimes things can be unhelpful. You know, if that is good for you, though, and it's good for those people, and it's good for your parents, and it's good for your children, do that. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that to be a dick. I mean that, like, really, it could be. That's not an impossible world to me. It might be to you, and it might be an impossible culture to me, but to me, it's just a different culture. I bet that's how God sees it, too. I bet that's how Paul sees it in 1 Corinthians. Read your fucking Bible. Read chapter 7. 7's a special number, man. They didn't have numbers back in the day. Don't interpret anything with the number for the Bible verses. Try to be married with all of creation in the same way Christ was. The same way Christ was the bridegroom to the church. He is the church, man. Because what's marriage? Mystical unity. You become one. You gotta be one with everything if you're gonna sleep with everyone. And you're not one with everything. You should start by becoming one with one. And better yet, you should become one with none first. That's what it means. That's what, when people are like, you gotta get self-confidence first, man. I mean, if you don't love yourself completely. I mean, this is what they're trying to get at. Whatever. You know, if you don't hate yourself completely, too, you're not gonna love another person. You have to completely hate yourself and completely love yourself, and somehow love overcomes yourself. Or if hate overcomes, I mean, let that hate be of sin. Be of fault. I don't see sin any longer. I don't care about sin. I'm not supposed to. Judge not, lest you be judged. Great. I'm not judging a goddamn thing for all I care. I'm fucked, man. Now the moon is almost hidden. The stars are beginning to hide. Fortune-telling lady has taken all her things inside. All except for Cain and Abel, the violent, and the hunchback of Notre Dame. Everybody, the ugly, by the way, that's what hunchback is. Everybody is making love or else expecting rain. I'm not actually familiar with the hunchback story, so if you want to comment below, truth of that, it's a Wikipedia page, I could Google it, but I'm not fucking, you do the work, I don't care. Everybody is making love or else expecting rain. Expecting rain is British slang for bombs dropping. And the good Samaritan, he's dressing. He's getting ready for the show. He's going to the carnival tonight on Desolation Road. That one was about the apocalypse and about your attitude towards it. I hope you can figure that out from there. The carnival's still happening on Desolation Row. You should be having a good time even if it is the end of the world. It is the end of the world, goddammit. And it was the end of the world, and it is going to be the end of the world, and it's gonna be like this forever. The apocalypse is here and now, and it was yesterday, and it is tomorrow. Okay? But this is true also of the Genesis. It's a new day tomorrow. It's a new day today. It's a new day yesterday. Right? There's new beginnings and rebirths, and it's incredible. All right. Don't be so sad. This one's about fucking people that go to work. Fuck people that go to work. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for listening to this at your hardworking job. We need you. Thank God for America. Thank God for you, man. Thank God for your labor. Thank God for the Communist Party. Thank God for the Union if you don't support that because you're a real worker. All right. That's fair. I can't stop you. And it might not be in your interest. I'm just letting you know. You know that, right? To hate on the Union and the Communist Party. Your Union friends get paid more than you. I'm just letting you know. They have nicer benefits. If they don't, good for you. You really got it made. Whatever. If you got extra, give it to the CP, man. The Communist Party. That's what that stands for. I'm never abbreviating anything ever again. God damn. I'm here for the Communist Party, man, not the Communist Party. I'm here for the first Communist Party, and the first Communist Party is here, and it's constantly going here, man. I mean, we're raging. This is the first communist rager. This is the first communist fucking rave, man. This is the first communist rave. Welcome to the first communist rave. This is everything, man. One with everything. All right. People that go to work. Ophelia, she's Neath. A window. Ophelia is Shakespeare's, which is why it's Neath, because it's from Hamlet. She's Neath, a window. She killed herself. Oh, for her, I feel so afraid. On her 22nd birthday, she already is an old maid. To her, death looks quite romantic. And she wears an iron vest. Her profession's her religion, and her sin is her lifelessness. And though her eyes are fixed upon Noah's great rainbow, Noah's great rainbow is a sign that the world's never going to end. The rainbow represents God's promise that he's never going to do a flood-like event again, which means even though the apocalypse happens constantly and is happening constantly, it's never going to end. We're going to be tortured like this forever, or we're going to love it forever. I personally, I see the latter. I really do. Alright, anyway. And though her eyes are fixed upon Noah's great rainbow, she spends her time peeking into Desolation Row. Einstein. This verse is about Bob Dylan, and Bob Dylan cried playing it and singing this verse in the 90s on MTV Unplugged. Yeah, that's because you can sing things about the future, and you can hear messages that you wrote to yourself in the future and completely break down because of the prophecy you understood. Oh, it's going again. I gotta run away. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. It probably was a second for you, which is kind of cool. Einstein disguised as Robin Hood, with his memories in a trunk, passed this way an hour ago with his friend, a jealous monk. Now he looked so immaculately frightful as he bummed a cigarette, off sniffing drain pipes and reciting the alphabet. And you would not think to look at him, but he was famous long ago for playing electric violin on Desolation Row. Wow. Of course, Bob Dylan calls himself Einstein. Well, Einstein's also a Jew. Einstein's also a pianist. He's also a genius. You know, I think that genius thing really helps Bob Dylan feel that connection. You know? Another yacht. I stopped thinking about saying so when I listen to this again, I'm either going to notice I said a whole lot and suddenly in like one big gap, or I just stopped saying it because I'm so tired. I'm happy with either. Oh. If you haven't seen the Timothée Chalamet movie, I say his name like that. Timothée Chalamet movie. It's a bit. I talked about it. I called it opera yesterday. It's ballet. I know it's ballet. I was just doing a bit. You know, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because, like, people understood, like, his sort of fame and rejection of that sort of lifestyle as, like, him dissing the whole thing. But, like, let's, like, name, if you know, like, a couple, if you can name me, 10, if you could name me more ballerinas than you could name me quarterbacks or actors, then you know what? I'll give it to you. You deserve to be offended about Bob Dylan, or Bob Dylan's horrible comments, but Timothée Chalamet's horrible comments. I say his name like that. I'm fucking with you. Thank God for TMZ. All right, let's do Dr. Filth. 6 lines, 6 verse. This verse is about psychology. This is about Freud. Try to figure out who the nurse is. Figure out which of the patients you are. Do you get laid? If you don't, you might need to see this guy. Dr. Filth, he keeps his world inside a leather cup. It's a jockstrap. And all his sexless patients, they all are trying to blow it up. His nurse, some local loser, she's in charge of the cyanide hole. And she also keeps the cards that read, "Have mercy on your soul." They all play on the penny whistles, you can hear them blow. As Lady and I look out tonight from Desolation Row. No, that's not the line. They all play on the penny whistles, you can hear them blow. If you lean your head out far enough from Desolation Row. Sorry if I've screwed up any of these lyrics and so on. I hope you, since I've cited them and gotten enough of them right, I hope you can go find the originals, whatever, make a playlist. You can do that yourself, I mean, you can get the versions then that you like. I'm not going to make a one for you, If you want me to, comment below. I will. I can do that. But if no one wants it, why would I? Yeah. Gosh, I love this song. Now we got to do the 7th verse. Across the street, they've nailed the curtains. They're getting ready for the feast. The Phantom of the Opera in the perfect image of a priest. They're spoon-feeding Casanova. Yeah, it's the 7th verse. I was just checking that was right, because Casanova has 8 energy to me, but 8 energy, it's not an 8. Verse 8 is awesome. Verse 8 is the one that Alan Moore references in Watchmen. If you haven't read Watchmen, dude, if you're a woman and you haven't read Watchmen, read Watchmen. Read Watchmen. Read Watchmen, like, right now. Oh my god, it's so good. The reason why I'm like, hey, if you're a woman, because women don't read comic books, right? Here's a comic book from the 80s, 9 panels, right? You know, it's incredible. It's just a 9-panel structure, so it's a 3x3 structure, and you always go, like, that first panel, whatever's in the first panel, and then you go to the right and stay up. Like, it's an easy order to follow. Some comic books are not easy to follow. And the art is good, and it's a cool story. There's very intense themes in it. So you're going to, like, all people, this is for everyone. Don't read it unless you're able to be a big kid about things. You don't need to read everything the first time. You can go through the story and just, like, read the panels the first time. You don't have to read all the pages in between. If you want that, do that, dude. I love the pirate comics. You can even skip the pirate comic sections, but everything is about everything else, you know? So, like, the pirate comics are about the actual story and so on that are in it. You'll know what I'm talking about when you read it. It's weird, it's sci-fi. You kind of just have to go with it. But then when you do, it's great, you know? It really is great. If you like, just hate how, like, when people idolize someone like Batman, you know? Like, like true comic book people are supposed to understand that you're supposed to, like, kind of hate the heroes as well, right? And, like, hating Batman is, like, something that's, like, what the new movie did, the Batman movie. They did the Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is incredible, by the way. Check out whatever my opinions on Matt Reeves are the same as Storyteller's. Storyteller's awesome. Go watch all of their videos. Go watch their videos on Christopher Nolan movies. Go watch all their videos. They're on YouTube. Look up Storyteller. Instead of watching a movie, next time you think, I really want to watch a Christopher Nolan movie, put on one of those. Because it's the experience of a Christopher Nolan movie, because they go through the entire story and they tell the entire story. Or any Matt Reeves one. Those are my 2 favorite ones that they do. Those are the ones I've watched the most of. Who else is a great YouTube star you should know about that talks about movies? Cosmonaut Variety Hour. Variety show. Shameless shout out. Dude, I love them. Love that guy. Yeah, anyway. What was I talking about? Where am I? Who are you? What's going on? No, I'm just kidding. Alan Moore is really cool, and you should read Watchmen. Watchmen is, if you hate how, like, people sometimes idolize Batman and shit, you know, and it just feels weird. It just feels off because, like, he beats the shit out of people, and he's clearly deranged, and we're glorifying violence. Can we please stop fucking glorifying violence, right? Dude, read the comic book. Every time violence happens, it is straight, brutal, and clear. This is written by an anarchist. This is written by a feminist, okay? This is written by a socialist. This is someone that gets it, okay? And so, he's so cool. I love Alan Moore. He also wrote The Killing Joke. If you don't know The Killing Joke, it's a Joker story. That's the meme where the Joker tells the joke about 2 guys escaping. At the very end of the comic, Joker tells this joke. I'll tell it to you now, so that way all the fascists will also read Watchmen, because they'll go, oh, I love that scene, man. You righties, listen up. Men. Oh, men who are comfortable with their masculinity. I'm talking to you. Yeah. There's a scene where Batman just like stopped Joker and they're just standing together and they're sort of just equals now because like Joker knows he's got and they sort of just know each other. Joker says, there's this joke about these two guys that are escaping from an insane asylum. They get out on the roof and it's dark out and one of them has a flashlight. And they get to the edge of the roof and they're about to jump to the next building, but there's a gap in between, this alleyway. And the first one's about to jump across, but he realizes he's not going to make it. And so he says, no, I can't make that jump. He turns to the other guy. And the other guy says, no, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. He says, what are you, crazy? And he says, no, I'm going to shine my flashlight across. And you'll be able to walk across. He says, do you think I'm crazy, man? You'll just turn it off when I'm halfway across. It's a good joke. It's not. It's a cute joke. Whatever. You know, if you laughed, you liked it. If you smiled, you smiled. And Batman laughs, though. Batman just sort of starts laughing, and he just breaks, and he just sort of... He like, holds on to, like... He's, like, holding on to, like, Joker's shoulders as he just, like, laughs, and he laughs progressively, just, like, out of control. The Killing Joke is a really good story. It's about how the Joker became the Joker, and it's about how the Joker believes that one bad day could turn anyone into an evil person. And Jim Gordon, he then subjects Jim Gordon to such a bad day, and Jim Gordon resists it. Because he overcomes it, because it doesn't. Because Jim Gordon's a good man. And only evil men will make other evil men try to become evil. Let me try to make you good. Let me be a good man. Alright, Casanova. What an interruption. Get it off of, like, Abe Books or whatever, or Thrift Book. It costs $5. It's the world's most famous, like, comic book. It's the most, like, printed comic book ever. You will find a copy at your local public library. You know? You will find it on display somewhere. You can buy a brand new one from Barnes & Noble for $25 if you're fucking wealthy. You know? Give it to your friends when you're done with it. So good. Buy 5 copies and give it to people. That's what I did my freshman year of college. I have no idea where they are. I have no idea. I think I might... I don't even know if I have a copy. Gosh. And then they did the New 52 shit. Fuck the New 50. God damn it. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. I love comic books. I love Alan Moore more. I love Jerusalem. I love Promethea. I'm a Promethea collector. I don't collect many things. I collect books and I collect Promethea. If you know what that is, you're cool as fuck. They're spoon-feeding Casanova to get him to feel more assured. And they'll kill him with self-confidence after poisoning him with words. And the Phantom's shouting to skinny girls, oh, get out of here if you don't know. Casanova is just being punished for going to Desolation Row. Desolation Row is always what's beyond, and God's beyond. If you think you're in Desolation Row, you're not, and if you are... If you think you might be, you're not. And if you know you are, you definitely aren't. And if you don't know if you are, you are. And if you just get it, you definitely are. And you carry it with you, man. This is the one Alan Moore quotes. This is the one about the Holocaust. And at midnight, all of the agents and the superhuman crew go out and round up everyone that knows more than they do. And they'll bring them to the factory where the heart attack machine is strapped across their shoulders, and then the kerosene is brought down from the castles by insurance men who go check to see that nobody is escaping to Desolation Row. Desolation Row is a mythical place. Desolation Row is Eden, and Desolation Row is God, and Desolation Row is godlessness, and Desolation Row is complete and total deprivation and sin and the worst heresy possible and the grossest sex acts you could ever imagine. I mean, that's what's here. Everything, you know? Desolation Row is our universe. And you can choose what you see. You know, if choosing to see everything as good isn't helpful for you, dear God, don't. But for me, it changed my world and it changed my life. That's why when I made this joke last time, I'll keep making the joke. I'll keep making the joke until I get elected. In 2040, when I become president. I mean, you know, people... What? Let me figure out exactly what I want to say. I mean, you gotta just... I don't even know. You gotta be free. Dude, I hope I die before 2040, and I hope you people elect me. Work on that. Whenever I do die, elect me. Can you do that? Can you work on that? We can elect Bob Dylan president. God. That'd be great. That'd be really wonderful. Everyone would hate it. He would never show up. He'd be like Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, you people think, don't you know all that a president does? Yeah, I know what he does. He has this sense to listen to people, and he has this sense to know when not to listen to people, and he has this sense to go away from the job occasionally because everything's in good working order. That's what Teddy Roosevelt did. He'd be gone for months at a time. They'd have no idea where he was. They didn't need to. America's president was out there in the wild talking with real Americans that also love the wild. I love the wild. I love the boundary waters. That copper nickel sulfide mining that they do affects everything that runs downstream, and downstream of where they want to put that is the boundary waters. It's the entire Kawashiwa system, the river system, all the lakes. I mean, all of that is what's downstream. And that water, I can go there and I can grab water out of it and I can drink it without filtering it in Lake 4, in Insula. No problem. I have to filter it. I should filter it, and you should filter the water still because you don't want to get sick. But, like, that's a very special thing. And the fact that we would ever change that, shame on you. I sent Pete Stauber a letter. You can read it on my Substack. You can find my Substack on my Instagram. My Instagram is mav3rick.rs. I'll put it on the About page. I'm a public figure now. gotta just admit that. I don't think I'm really famous or anything, but I think I'm a public figure. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making that decision to allow the collapsing of the two worlds. Why don't you let the two worlds collapse? Tell people the truth, man. Alright. This is the 9th verse, and then the 10th, and we'll be done. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in for this long. Hope you've enjoyed the show. It's going to probably run as long as yesterday's did. Goddamn. Praise be to Nero's Neptune. The Titanic sails at dawn. Everybody is shouting, which side are you on? Ezra Pound and T.S. Eliot fighting in the captain's tower. Well, calypso singers laugh at them, and fishermen hold flowers between the windows of the sea, where the lovely mermaids flow. Let's do that right. Between the windows of the sea, where the lovely mermaids flow, where nobody has to think too much about Desolation Row. I received the letter that you wrote me about the time the doorknob broke. You asked me how I was doing. Was that some kind of joke? All these people that you mention, yes, I know them, and they're quite lame. Had to rearrange their faces, give them all another name. Right now I can't read too good, so don't send me no more letters, no. Not unless you mail them from Desolation Row. That's the show. Thank you. Godspeed. Good luck and goodbye. Fuck. Did you enjoy it? Dude, I did. I had a great time. I hope you did. You can message me even if you're not from Desolation Row. I at this point, I can see okay. When I can't see any weller, you guys can fucking mail me from Desolation Row. I'd prefer that. That place of love. That place of horrible and deep sin and corruption. Truly I love it, and truly I look at it and I see God. Isn't that the point of Ecclesiastes? Isn't this whole story here, not Ecclesiastes, sorry, Ezekiel? When Ezekiel has these visions and he sees how horrible the church, horribly corrupt the church is, they're not images of the corruption of the church that he sees. And he only understands this at the very, very, very end. That last line. It's truly perfect. That's the upside down kingdom. Why do we not have to worry about corruption of the church? Why don't I have to worry about sin? Because I'm happy. If I find something that makes me unhappy, I'll note it. I'll note it. I'll figure out why it's making me unhappy. It's probably because of me. So let's work on ourselves, Judge not lest you be judged. Take the plank out of your own eye. Be humble. You don't know anything. I don't know anything. Be vulnerable. It's okay to not know things. People prefer it. People prefer it when you're a fucking idiot, as opposed to being a fucking genius all the time. Only when you're being an idiot are you being a genius. Norm Macdonald knew this. Oh, so good. Hope you enjoyed the show. This has been the Everything. I'll call it Everything. In the same way the last one's called Civil Right. Last one's called Everything. This was the Everything I've Got to Tell You set. I told you everything I've got to tell you. Now I can just speak freely. Now I can listen. I can be quiet forever. Said everything I needed to say. All right. See ya.